I haven't played this game in quite some time, so we're going to give it a shot. Chica Bonita. Let's do 10 cents per spin. I'm sorry, $10 per spin, 10-cent denomination. The Chica Bonitas there are wild. We need 6 of those coins. We need 3 chili peppers. Okay, there's one of the 3 chili peppers. So let's see how this does. You know, I like that jingle jangle of the coins. You know, again, haven't played this in a long time, so let's see if we can do good. Okay, that's better. Just had to adjust it so I could hear it in my headphones. Or more accurately, I'm using Shure professional earbuds today. And I was real happy with the results that I had yesterday from this Zoom H5 studio. I'm just waking up. I've only had 1 cup of coffee. It's a morning here, a Tuesday morning. I'm up in the no smoking area upstairs. That's one of those chili peppers. And I figured I would try something different today. You know, yesterday I had mixed results. The first 3 games I played, well, I was just like putting money into the recycling bin, except it didn't recycle back. Then the last 2 games I played, I did well on, so I can't complain. Okay, we had $28, so that's a win. But anyway, it's a new day today. You know, I promised that I was going to talk to you today about influencers. Now, let me tell you what I'm not going to talk about. You know, there's, I don't want to call it a scandal, but there's a lot of conversation going on about some slot influencers and are they getting paid? Are these? I don't have any firsthand information. I'm not going to get involved in that. But where my experience is, it's in the new products arena. Oh, look at that whack. That was a $2,000 ball. It's in the new products arena. You know, I reviewed new products for decades, you know, with newspapers, TV on the Today Show, syndicated books, magazines, you name it. I was there in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s. These days, I'm retired. I have my retirement hobbies. But I have to tell you, you know, it seems that everybody is not, how do I say this? It seems that there's few who are doing reviews just for the sake of doing reviews. That they're getting paid by the manufacturers, even though they disclose it. You know, a common thing is, and I watch a lot of tech reviews, especially on cameras and microphones and even cars as well, where on a camera or microphone, you know, they might disclose right up front. They said, oh, okay, the manufacturer sent this to me for free, and either they're going to return it afterwards, or if they're not, they get to keep it. They said, but they don't get to see it before it's released. They have no input on the content. Well, you know, that's not always correct. Typically, how this works, when they sign the agreement to take the product, they're given bullet points, you know, on a product they've never seen. And they said, okay, here's what you need to do. Here's the highlights. All these things need to be put in there. And, you know, so, and here's the thing. If they don't do it, I mean, if they do it, that's great. They get paid, and, you know, who knows how much. I don't have firsthand info, so I'm not going to make up a number. But it's a lot more than just keeping the product. If they do, let's say they don't like the product, and they give their honest opinion in there, well, here's what happens. They'll probably still get paid. They might not, depending on the company. But what happens then? They're not invited for future releases or future press conference or junkets or things like that. And so they kind of have a hold on these, quote, influencers or reviewers, you know, to keep them saying positive things and to get things sold. That's why when a new product came out, and again, I want to be hesitant about releasing names and things, because again, without first-hand information, I just don't want to spread rumors. But there was a recent camera that came out, and they had a bunch of influencers, paid influencers, who had them up front. The product, you know, they had 2 weeks or so to review it. The product wasn't going to be available for quite some time. And then by the time, well, when the reviews went out, they were glowing and people bought it. They filled up the purchase pipeline. And then by the time it was available and actual non-paid reviewers got a hold of it, that's 2 chili peppers. Well, they started coming out and said, hey, look at the problems we found. This is really not what we thought it was going to be. And it's kind of too late then. We've already spent our hard-earned money. Look at that. That's 3 of the coins and 6 of the peppers. But anyway, I was just going to say, it's a really sad place when you can't go online and try to figure out who are the legitimate reviewers. I know, like, when it comes to 360 cameras, there was double mini. There was a recent situation where a new 360 camera came out, and one of the reviewers who did not get it in advance, because he's known for credibility, is Ben Claremont, a guy out of Australia who just does amazing, honest reviews. But he did not get it up front, and when he came out with this, he found some things that were just so obvious. That's 2 chili peppers that were just so obvious that the other people overlooked it. It was really sad. I remember back during my Today Show days, and I typically didn't do these things, but I got invited to a Lincoln, with a car company. They were doing a junket event. That's what they fly you out, they feed you, they put up in a hotel. I was with the Today Show, and I got the permission to do it. They were coming out. Oh, what do we have here? Cantor Rosa. And they were having, a bunch of people, and down in South Florida, you're going to drive across the state in a new car. And the reason they wanted me there, they were coming up with, back then, a revolutionary audio system. It was supposed to be something that had never been done before in a car. So I got permission from the Today Show, but we paid our own way. We did not, we reimbursed them for any hotel expenses. They were very strict about that, and it was good. Back then, TV, we had big budgets. By the way, we're going through this money pretty quickly, and nothing is happening. We're already almost halfway through. I remember going there and, talking to some of the car guys. And, they were there because the company advertised in a magazine. They got to put out a positive review, or their magazine could risk losing a very large account. Now, fast forward a decade or so, I remember I was out buying a car one time, and I'm watching this car reviewer who just does these amazing, highly produced, slick car review videos. He goes through a bunch of stuff. And I ended up buying a car based on him, saying how great the ride is and how soft the seats are. I ordered it when it came in, and I go, what was this guy driving? It was not this car. I didn't keep that car a long time. Now, speaking of car reviews, I think a guy who really doesn't do reviews, but if you're shopping for a car, you should check him out. I'm very well known, Doug Jamuro. What his hook is doing quirks and features. And it's great. Before you go buy a car, he'll go through it just stem to stern, side to side, and he'll tell you every little thing. That he'll know more about it than what the car salesman will know. But he answers good questions, and again, not really reviews, they're overviews, which is the difference. Anyway, it's just a sad day when you go online. I don't know if it's because of TikTok or whatever, that everybody's just trying to make a quick buck doing something. I mean, I don't know anything about makeup reviews and all that, but I know that's a whole nother big industry where there's a lot of bucks behind it. Anyway, well, I'm not paid to review this machine, and even if I was or wasn't, my honest review would be, we just got a bonus. How's that for timing? See, Chica Bonita? I was about to say something nice. Okay, 10-cent denomination, take off the 0. Not huge numbers, but we can get some triple numbers here. Minis at 100. That minor 500 would be nice. The major's at $5,200. Should take a long time to get a bonus. Let's hope it's a good one. Okay. Let's see how we're doing here. Okay, now, that grand is $51,000, and there's only 2 more to go. Wouldn't that be nice? Okay, there's lights in the bottom. Land. Okay, 2 more spins. This one, land. I see that mini. Doesn't mean anything. It didn't stop. Okay, no lights. Let's see some lights down there. Okay, that's not too bad. 13 out of 15. Let's see how we did here. Here, I can press it. I forgot it's lightning. Okay, $270. Not great. 27 times win. Okay, 270. let's play this down to 750 if I can keep my eye on it. Anyway, that's my opinion about the sad state of product reviews these days. This used to be a credible industry, and just all aspects of it. It's just pay for play, and it's just sad. So anyway, when you shop, be careful. Watch a bunch of reviews. Try to pick things out, and while YouTube and others make you disclose that it is a paid promotion, and then you hear somebody say, "Well, no, it's my opinion. It may be, it may not be." So look for the ones who did not go to the junkets, who just maybe got them afterwards or purchased them with their own money. User reviews are good too. Also, what's helpful, when you go on to Amazon and you look at a product, they're using AI and they'll give you a paragraph summary of the reviews of what people have left there. And these are verified purchasers, or you can look at them to see which ones are verified, because there was, I don't want to say a scandal. So there were some problems in the past where manufacturers, especially offshore manufacturers, were seeding the reviews to say how great it was. That's for. Okay, I don't know about this. Okay, we got the chili pepper. Look, as soon as I give Chica Bonita a doubt, she comes to the party. So we've had the 6-ball bonus. Let's see what happens with chili peppers. We started with 1,500. We're at 854. Let's get started. Come on, ole! Okay, sunshines, I guess, are wilds. Okay, they're not connecting to anything. Okay, come on, Chica Bonita. Okay, I'm letting it spin up down here, 2460. I don't want to do an XO fast, but I like to go through the whole thing. Okay, I guess I'm going to have to hit it. It's counting up slowly. Here goes. Okay, sun. What do we have? We have not a whole lot. So far, this is disappointing. Can you come back from the end? Okay, get one more. I was hoping that 2 would give us respins. Evidently not. Okay, last chance. This is not a good bonus. 2460. That's a 2.4 times bonus. I've seen people win really big on this. I thought 10 cents, $10 would be kind of a good combination for this. Okay. Again, I'm going to stick to 750 floor. Let's see. Chica Bonita, you've been very disappointing to me. Okay, don't worry. I'm not going to make any political jokes. My only political joke is I hope I have to pay a lot of taxes on my winning on this one. How's that one? Bet you weren't expecting to hear that. By the way, yesterday I asked ChatGPT about an opinion on the new tax bill and how it affects gambling a whole bit. I'd tell you the answer they gave I don't know. It was basically like, we really don't know yet, but here's what we know. So I guess the best place to go is your accountant. But I think it's going to affect professional gamblers more than amateurs like you and me. Okay, $74. That was one of our better line hits. Come on, let's do that again, Chica Bonita. That chili pepper bonus was really disappointing. Okay, we're at 797 again. I'm going to stop at 750. Again, I don't want to chase this bonus all the way down. Okay, getting close. Come on. Okay, I'm going to give you one more spin. That'll take us at 749. Come on, do it. Okay. Chica Bonita, we gave you a couple bonuses, had some line pays, but you just didn't do it for us. So, you know what that means? We're going to go find another machine. As you can see, I came over to Auto Moon. This one has a $111,000 grand. Let's play 10-cent denomination, $15 per spin. And I just brought that ticket over before. Oops, that's a little loud. Let me bring it down a notch. Now, while I can do that in post-production, it was kind of blowing out my ears in the headphones. I think that's good. You can hear the machine. Again, shooting 32-bit float. Okay, 3 moons. And, my rule is You need to have 100 times your bet. This is $15. You need to have $1,500 in the machine. I did. So if I have to add to it, I will. Here, I'm going to slide my chair around.
谢谢。
Okay, made some adjustments here. Now, let's get serious about this. Come on, Autumn. Okay, the Autumns here are wild. You went 6 balls. I'll show you the next symbol when it pops up. Or 3 of the moons. Come on, Autumn Moon. You sure are looking lovely tonight. I promise I will retract all those rumors I said about you and Hank or Mr. Happy if you give me a good bonus. I think it's time for a hand pay. We're down from last night. Did have a good comeback last night on quick hits and tortoise game. That tortoise game's fun. I'll be playing that again later. Oops, I'm surprised I've skipped that machine all these times. Okay, 2 more. Okay, we got it. And look at that, $150 bonus, a 75, some 30s. Hey, this is off to a good start. Okay, we'll definitely be ahead of our buy-in. Okay, mini is at 100, minors at 500. That made you 6,900. What a great time. Oh, look, another $150 ball. I like how you're thinking, Autumn. A $30 ball. Okay, that's another mini. That's fine. Another mini, a minimum ball of 15. 15's the minimum that you'll get on a $15 bet. Okay, 2 more to go. Don't give up on me, Autumn. Somebody can win that grand. It could be us right here, almost live, like the Gong Show. Okay, speaking of the Gong Show, let's see how we did. Hey, $600. Okay, we're almost at our start of this thing. We were at 15. So let's play this a little bit longer. Again, I think I'll kind of do what I did before. Maybe I'll think about a 750 floor. You know, that wasn't a bad bonus. Let's see if we can get the 3 ball bonus. Oh, excuse me, the 3 moon bonus. Autumn, you did pretty good on that one. You know, I was talking about the Gong Show. You know, back in the 70s, that was one of my favorite shows. Chuck Barris. What an amazing guy, you know, with his history of doing game shows. And then Gong Show came around, he hired a host. I don't think he'd hosted the show before. He didn't like him, fired him just a day or 2 before the show was to premiere. And he just made that thing a phenomenon. And, you know, it started off as a daytime, a daily show, and then they got a prime time, and then they went, had another version for 5 nights a week, you know, that you would usually see after your local news. And it would just get crazy. Okay. This concept was after the old, I guess from the 1950s, Ted Mack Amateur Hour, where people would come on and show their skills. They'd have a panel of judges, and you would perform until you got gong. If you won, you know, at the very end, it all had to do with votes and, you know, what scores out of 10 you got, cumulative. Then you would get like a next to nothing check, maybe $25. I don't even remember. But Chuck Barris made that show. You know, some of his lines like, "We'll be back with more stuff right after this." Milton Dellode and the orchestra. Boy, that was just a great show to watch. They don't do that anymore, you know. You probably couldn't do it today. It just it was too risque. And there were all kinds of FCC complaints. One of the big ones there. You can Google this or look on YouTube. Look at Gong Show and girls with popsicles. I don't want to get too descriptive here, but there were, you know, 2 very pretty girls sitting on stage with popsicles. That's all I'm going to tell you. You can look for that. That was just, you know, that just caused an uproar. Our society was falling apart. That minor, look at that. That's $500. That's not too much to ask. Okay, anyway, I'm finally getting woken up here. Okay, Autumn, you gave us 1 nice bonus. Let's go into 6 balls or 3 moons. And it is possible to get both at once. I've never done it personally. I know others have. But it doesn't count unless it's on video. Paddles for $16.50, $1.50 win. Okay, Autumn, you gave us a good start. Okay, I went below $7.50. Remember, I told you, you know, while we did get a bonus, you know, I should have walked away right at that bonus. that I like to have 100 times my bet in here. And we did it with less than that, but, you know, it's not like, you know, when you say the machines do or I feel it coming. It's all random. You just hope you can be lucky. 2250. And as I've often said, I'd rather be lucky than good. And after all, the Hard Rock Tampa is being billed as the luckiest casino in the USA. So, oh, look at that, 5 and 1. So, along with Autumn Moon, maybe you could show us that you are lucky. Okay, come on, 2 more. Oh, and that was a $300 ball there. See, I like the 10-cent denominations. You know, when I get in the dollars, sometimes I get myself in trouble. Oh, we got it again. Okay, all, medium-sized balls, the 150s are $15, which is the minimum. So let's see what we can do here. Okay, another minimum. Not to be confused with the mini, which hopefully they'll show us here. Come on, Autumn. Okay, that's a $60 ball. That's 4 times. Yeah, I was pretty good at math. I'm going to unless I'm doing 25-cent denominations, then I get confused. Okay, let's see. Can we keep it going? A triple pop. Only 2 more to go for $111,000. Okay, we got lights in 1. Okay, I see that miner flashing. Good time to land right now. Okay, last chance. Let's see. Can you land? No, okay. But it's a bonus. It's a bonus. Okay, not as good as last one, $330. Okay, we are at 925. We'll go back. Let's see if we can stick to a 750 floor. Autumn, you have one more in you? Or should we have taken that as a signal to move? Come on, I feel 3 moons is coming. Autumn, what do you think? You get the deciding vote here. No, Autumn, you feel like you're slowing down on me. I'm going to try to stick to the 750 floor. So, Autumn, we're going to move on after this. We got cookies. Lucy the dog's favorite treat. Okay, 1350. We still got a few more spins. Want to give us some runway so we can keep playing? That's 2. Moons, 2. Okay, this is the last spin. Okay, I stuck to it. We're down. We started with 1,500. We're down to 748.50, but we had fun here. We had a few bonuses anyway. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. That's it for now. I'm the Gadget Guru, Andy Parr. Thank you for watching.
So don't you forget, you gotta like, share, and subscribe for more adventures with the excitement of life. The Gadget Guru, the man with the mic, is taking us higher each day. Keep watching and smiling as we all join the play with every new video.